Caitlin Clark is listed probable for the 16th time this season. At a certain point, that stops being a footnote. If you're just joining us, the physical play around Clark has been simmering for weeks. The Alyssa Thomas incident blew it into a league-wide officiating fight. After the Golden State loss, Clark and Aliyah Boston both pointed to the contact and the non-calls. And Stephanie White's point, that Clark gets officiated differently on drives, kept it going past one game.
This is Indiana Fever Daily. The Storm are in town tonight, the All-Star rosters are locked, and the commissioner just said political football. Let's get into it.
Heavy.com with Anthony Miller.
The Fever released their latest injury report, which included Clark's status. Just like the previous reports in the last week, she was listed as probable for the game against the Storm with a back injury. That leaves the door open for her to once again get the start. The twist is that Clark was not alone on the report. Fever starting center Aliyah Boston was listed for the first time this week, with her status being questionable due to a right lower leg injury.
So the wrinkle here, Clark's not just managing the back anymore. She took a knee to the quad in the Golden State loss. That's a second issue on top of the minutes restriction.
Right, and she's still probable. The 16th time this season, if you're counting. Eventually, the pattern matters more than the day-to-day guessing.
16 probables and now a fresh quad contusion? Either she plays hurt or they sit her going into a back-to-back. There's no clean answer there.
And that's the tougher piece the injury report keeps burying, how the Fever are actually using Clark. 3 straight starts on a minutes cap, with back-to-back home games staring them down. The medical plan is the news now, not just whether she suits up Friday. OurSports Central writes,
The Fever are coming off an 88-75 loss to Golden State on Wednesday. Indiana's usually high-powered offense struggled against the league's top defense, shooting just 40.3% from the field and committing 16 turnovers. Indiana will have a chance to bounce back on Friday against the Seattle squad that owns the worst record in the WNBA.
Okay, this is the bounce-back spot. Seattle's got the worst record in the league. They've dropped 3 straight, and Indiana just got its offense strangled by Golden State. 40% shooting, 16 turnovers. If you can't clean that up against the Storm, when?
Indiana's already seen them once, won 89-78 back on May 17th. So you have familiarity, home floor, first night of a back-to-back with the legs still fresh. This is the response game after Golden State, and it's the easier half of the set.
Easier on paper, but Malonga is putting up 15 and 8 as a second-year center, and Hedeman's their engine at almost 16 a night. Seattle can hurt you if Indiana sleepwalks in thinking the record wins it for them.
Right, and the schedule is what puts pressure on this. Seattle Friday, New York Saturday, Connecticut Wednesday, then the break. 3 home games to bank before All-Star. Watch the turnovers. That's where things buckled against a top defense.
16 giveaways is the whole ball game. Fix the ball security and the shots follow. Give me a clean, boring 12-turnover night against Seattle. Then I know Wednesday was about Golden State's defense, not the Fever unraveling.
Yahoo Sports writes,
Caitlin is our go-to. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to play, and this is how we're going to win. You can't have not knowing who's going to take that shot or who we're going to in a crucial moment of a game and a crucial moment of a season. You have to figure that out now.
16 times. Clark's been listed probable 16 times this season, per James Boyd. And now Cynthia Cooper is on road tripping, asking who Indiana's actual superstar even is.
That's the number I keep coming back to. Not just will she play, but 16 probables. Eventually, the Fever's plan for her body becomes the story, instead of another nightly coin flip.
But Cooper's Batman and Robin framing? Come on. We literally watched Mitchell run this team through a historic stretch this week, with Clark and without her. The roles aren't undefined. They flex.
Right. The on-court answer already exists. Cooper's poking at something else. Whether a locker room needs a stated hierarchy when that injury tag keeps reopening the question every other night.
And that's where the probable tag starts to feel meaningless. 16 times. When does probable become paperwork for a leg that's clearly still barking?
From AP News.
Conversations about WNBA officiating and Caitlin Clark have now expanded to include NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Silver said Thursday that Clark has become a political football amid debates about officiating and physical play in the WNBA, spurred by a recent play involving the star guard and Phoenix Mercury forward Alyssa Thomas.
Okay, this is the one I've been chewing on all day. The player safety fight climbed all the way up to Adam Silver, and he calls Clark a political football in the officiating debate. That's the commissioner on the record, not a fan thread, not a talk show clip.
And read the whole quote before you run with it, Joey. Silver's saying the issues around Clark aren't mostly about officiating. The Alyssa Thomas play isn't just a question of whether that one foul gets called. He's stepping outside the box score entirely.
Right, and that's the part I actually like. He's basically saying the discourse got untethered from basketball, which, yes, stop making it about politics and optics and just call the game.
Careful, though. Stephanie White's been making a specific coaching staff argument that Clark gets officiated differently on drives. Silver isn't confirming that. He's reframing the noise around it. Those are two different claims and they're easy to blur on air. 98.5 The River writes,
Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson will team up against Paige Bueckers, Breanna Stewart, and Clark's Indiana teammate Kelsey Mitchell in the WNBA All-Star Game on July 25th in Chicago. Basketball Hall of Famers Teresa Weatherspoon and Cynthia Cooper served as this year's general managers and drafted the teams Wednesday night.
Okay, rosters are locked. Clark and A'ja on Team Spoon, Bueckers, Stewie, and Kelsey Mitchell on Team Coop. July 25 in Chicago. The piece that jumps out to me is Mitchell landing on the other side from Clark.
The coin flip set that up. Cooper won it, took Bueckers, so Clark landed with Witherspoon. The Mitchell split is just how the draft board fell from there.
Sure, but the visual's still funny. Mitchell's been the engine of this Indiana run, and now the league has her across the floor from her own teammate in the showcase.
That also tells you a little about how they're marketing her, as her own star, not a Clark accessory. Weatherspoon's first non-guard pick was Wilson, by the way. 25.5 a night, league leader in scoring and blocks. No-brainer.
Yeah, you don't overthink the four-time MVP. Boston lands on Clark's side, though, so at least one fever pairing survives the draft.
If you want the same daily rhythm for soccer, check out World Cup Morning, a 2026 FIFA World Cup daily recap with results, standings, storylines, and the arguments you'll have all day. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts. Here's what we're watching next. Indiana hosts Seattle tonight, Friday, July 17th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, then turns right around and hosts New York on Saturday. The WNBA All-Star Game is July 25th in Chicago, with Clark and Boston on Team Spoon and Mitchell on Team Coop. Links to every story we covered are in the show notes, so tap through if one caught your ear. That's Indiana Fever Daily for today. This is a Lantern Podcast.